Hello, hello. Welcome to our set 5 match for Deus Vult versus the Phantoms. I got Forsaken Bacon here with me.
Howdy.
And we're going to get this under show very shortly. We got a couple people that are just kind of rolling in as some subs. And I think once the last one's in, we should be getting ourselves underway with Busan. Oh, so Chelsea actually happens to be slightly in the range for the high tier, but only just barely, not really sustaining there. Are you watching me in the background there? Was that my echo I was hearing?
That is an ad that supports Twitch that you were
Oh.
hearing.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that everything is running good.
Okay, we're getting underway. So Deus Vult will be in red, while we have the Phantoms in teal. So that'll make it easier for the viewers on air in order to actually end up deciphering who we got here.
With this first map, are you expecting any compositions to be ran from either side of either team?
I'm kind of expecting maybe some Hanzo, probably from Jolist or McCree specifically. Rain, again, I'll probably expect Lucio. I'm going to see... Oh, we're actually going with... Ari is on support this time. Last couple games that we've seen them, she has been one of their main tanks. So this is an interesting little swap here. I know she plays both.
Yeah.
But
another thing to notice is on the side of the Phantoms, they are running a pharmacy bunker.
Yeah.
While
but we're gonna have a
the other
little
one
bit of a
is running
dive.
A McCree dive.
Yeah.
So with the McCree, they will have a solution to the Pharah.
So it looks like Phantoms have already taken the high ground above the point, whereas Deus Vult has taken the traditional route. And in comes for the fight here.
It looks like the Mercy Res is going to pay off for the Phantoms. And Icarus taking advantage of the McCree and actually taking the Pharah out of the sky, then continuing to rip through the team with the pressure being lifted off of them. And they have point.
Alright, Deus Vult takes over the point first thing. That's, to be fair, Dive is technically stronger against the bunker anyways, right? Bunker wants to kind of stay in one position. Dive just gets on and creates chaos amongst that. It does help.
The
Seems like
disadvantage
it's
that Deus Vult has here is the D.Va is still on a mech.
Ooh! And Rain gets put out of position, get picked off by the, Icarus. Ooh! Jollis pulled out of his ult by Icarus.
Icarus took his place and ulted from the exact same spot.
Yeah. The little swap-a-roo.
They're able to clean up, but they'll have 3 ults coming up for this next fight, while the Phantoms are going to be running off of 5.
Looks like Phantoms has designated their spot for grouping up and made it a little graffiti zone. Now comes Doomfist. That's the Doomfist one. Oh, This goes down.
And it looks like the ult advantage is going to pay off as they take point and retake the map. 89% is a huge start for the Deus Vult side because they will only have to convincingly win one team fight and then just deal with stall tactics. If they can convincingly wipe its team.
Right.
Rotations coming through from both sides, responding to each other and playing well to what they're trying to mirror. They're bunkering down and doing good job of keeping the distance.
Oh, out comes the... Ooh. That shield pops up from the map and kind of blocks off the nuke.
Soldier side's incoming, but he is currently being taken down by the monkey, who is primal raging through the backline. And it looks like they're going to get the retake here.
Out comes Hold Hog as a desperate attempt. Ooh, stunned out of it though.
They're going to have not a full time to regroup and fight. They're going to have to come in with stall tactics here. High Noon coming in, taking out the Mercy, so the pharmacy is down. Reaper coming in with Wraith the stall. Gets stunned and immediately taken out.
Out comes Bongo. Oh, not enough time. So round one does go to Deus Vult.
I wasn't expecting either team to run dive, but dive was executed really well, even with the proper rotations coming out from the bunker side, just to show that the dive does have the advantage against bunker pretty heavily. This time looks like they will be running a Rein Zarya Death Ball with the Reaper from Hijalis, and the BAM's running the Hanzo. And on the other side with Deus Vult, they will also be running a Death Ball, but they're having the D.Va over the Zarya. And running the McCree Junkrat instead of the Hanzo Reaper.
And we're gonna see, it looks like some Rhine games here as they're just kind of barreling into each other.
Quick two picks from BAM's, taking out the Mercy and the McCree and the Junkrat. I really like the way they're running this comp because applying pressure with BAMs forces them to, like, attempt to make space against him, and then Hijalis just gets free reign to do what he wants in the backline. And it kind of rotates back and forth because if they focus Hijalis, BAM gets to kind of do whatever he wants. Although, they're holding up on the high ground and BAM's just going over alone, throws out a dragon.
Does look like we end up having a Nano coming on board.
And again, the Mercy goes down early in the fight, but the Moira also goes down. Both teams down a healer.
And out comes this Earth Shatter, and it successfully ends up taking out Deus Vult.
See through the dragon's eyes.
Hello there.
Both teams with only one ult currently active and multiple ults coming back up for them.
I was going to say we're pretty close on having both Coalescence, and we just got Trance for the Phantoms. The other ones have a little bit of charge to go, but this next fight we should probably be seeing some more.
And the res is out.
Ooh,
so
we went with a little bit of a flanked shot from the Dragon Strike. From BAM. And Phantoms are holding him at this side choke pretty well.
My ultimate is ready.
the high energy Zarya has been able to keep the backline in check and help the DPS players to play freely how they want to, but Bams is out with an early pick here, so they might have a chance to retake. Switching over to the dive comp that they were running.
Out comes the trance. They were able to bait that out.
But with the grab Beyblade, it looks like they might have map 2. Killed stallers, and the objective is secured. It is now 1-1.
I believe that's just 2 rounds back to back where we ended up having. Was it 100% to nothing for Deus Vult on the last one, or did they?
No, both teams had.
Both did take it over.
Cap
Okay.
They only had 1 cap on the side.
I thought there was multiple.
On the other map.
Yeah, I thought there was multiple attempts from the Phantoms that just ended up not coming to fruition. But
on this side, we're seeing the Hammond come through from Deus Vult, which, if they are running the Ryan Zarya comp, could cause a lot of problems for them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're also running that as the off tank instead of the main tank, putting Zan on the.
Interesting.
Orisa.
It's kind of like a pseudo bunker with backline harassers. Are they splitting the team up? Will they be doing that, or are they going to be? I guess we'll see. But no, they're all collectively going together.
Another thing to keep an eye on is Bam's move from the Hanzo to the Sombra, but Icarus gets a very quick pick onto the Zenyatta, dropping a healer from
knocks his charge out of trajectory with the Hammond.
90% on the way to Pulse Bomb. It is the fastest charging ult in the game, but even that is a fast ult to collect.
Yeah, that's. I mean, we're only at 10% into the map. Granted, it took a little bit for the first cap, but still, already having Pulse Bomb. That's gonna actually all change too once we end up having that 222 patch come out, because that's gonna increase the rate it's gonna take for ults to actually get charged up.
Wrecking Ball in the backline takes out Bams, who switched off the Sombra to the Hanzo, and so they're pushing this fight with a 5v6.
Wolf is bullying their Rhine, just getting him out of position. Now he's heading up onto the Reaper, try and keep the Reaper in check.
Now they have the Brigitte, which is very good against this comp to help shut down Icarus's Tracer because he has been running rampant, but does get booped off the map by the Wrecking Ball. Supercharger coming in, nobody's really pushing, so seems like a bit of a wasted ult. Maybe accidental press, but Kajala's coming up top with the Reaper, seeing if he can get a pick in the back line. He does, he finds the Moira. Incoming mine, slam, and takes out Bams and Sham. The fight is looking pretty close here though, although Phantoms are grouped up on point.
And while we don't actually happen to have the bits and donations available to be able to display on the screen, if I do happen to see them in chat, guys, remember I'll try to call them out between rounds, between maps. I kind of want to keep the focus during games in the middle of the actual team fights and everything like that, but we will try to catch up between rounds and maps.
Also, just something to keep in mind with, if you do have your Amazon Prime linked to your Twitch, you can always subscribe with Twitch Prime. It's a free way to support the stream.
Now with Phantoms taking this over, they actually have a good chunk of ults right now. So they're gonna be sitting pretty going into this next fight.
And an early pick on the Ashe from Hajjalist on the Reaper, holding that roof on the Deus Vult side, applying pressure, not letting them push forward, but has to retreat. Here comes the Tired, see if he can get anybody.
It's playing ring around with the tank, ends up picking off Sebastian, which is actually a great start for this next engagement. It looks like Bams evens it up.
Bams is also taken out here, 99%. This fight wins them the game. So let's see who's able to take it. Big Shatter coming in, but they still have the ball here. Incoming Lucio and the Doomfist to try to get some picks.
Ooh, Doomfist picked
from the
out.
Side, on that side too.
Ooh, this is going to be the fight to just determine it.
Looks like the Phantoms have it.
Phantoms take map 1. Got pretty close near the end there. Both teams 99. It's one of those big fights. And Bam's
this might be one of Bam's aggressive plays. He ripped the team wide open with that play and honestly was able to take control of the map pretty easily from right there.
Excellent, excellent. We're going to end up taking a few moments because we're going to end up needing to make a couple of changes here in the lobby due to the current custom game bug and change the map over to the next one being Icon Vault. In the meantime, both Forsaken Bacon, who happens to be joining us, subscribe with their Twitch Prime, thank you very much, and same thing with Shady Laura, who actually also happens to be one of the Northborn. A few cheers going out. Thank you, Puffy, and thank you, Ash Giraffe.
Look, that is 3 sets of support coming from the Northborn. So even though this game is between Deus Vult and the Phantoms, we might be the MVPs here.
Oh yes, we are there, Laura. Yes, we are. And hi. All right. So I believe we're going to be trying to get the map changed over. I think we just need to change who the leader is in order to have permissions to change the settings again for the bug.
Wolf and End Dragon cycling through their icons.
Usually it's one of those things where the teammates are just simply bored waiting for everything to get placed. They just want to get in. They want to get some kills. They want to get some boops.
With the way that the dive went on map 1, I'm surprised they didn't try to run more of it on maps 2 and 3.
Yeah, it seemed to work out pretty well
once they had it, and then they started running the Rhine and Orisa comps on maps 2 and 3. Admittedly, the dive is stronger on that first map with the mecha base, but it's also pretty strong in the city center, so...
Yeah, the only one that I would say is probably has the weakest chance for it is the shrine because, I mean, there's not a whole lot of difference in the high ground and levels and everything that really utilize the verticality of the dive. I mean, sure, you can get into their back line, get out, but there's, with that giant shrine in the center, being able to actually get some decent height and actually land in a, you know, on a target in the back is a little bit more challenging. Not that it can't be done, but Deus Vult looks like Team Valor now.
This also looked like a big back and forth battle between the two DPS players, Bams and Icarus. Icarus was able to apply a lot of pressure and force switches out from the side of the Phantoms, getting Seamus Alley. I honestly have no idea how to pronounce that name, and I 100% guarantee pronounced it wrong there.
Shammy Sally? Maybe she's supposed to be a shaman. Maybe she was a shaman back in Blizzard days.
I have no idea. I apologize profusely to you because I'm an awful person for not specifically learning your name before. But no, forcing the swap from the Zenyatta to the Brig to just deal with the Tracer.
Solid call.
Yeah, it was a great call. I mean, that switch, they switched and took the map.
Phantoms are sitting there playing some Hearthstone while they're waiting in queue, while we're getting this ready set up. Okay, it looks like almost about ready to go. All right, so give me what you're kind of expecting out of Eichenwald here.
Honestly, out of the Eichenwald, I'm expecting to see bunker on point 1. I could also see a dive coming from attack to help counter the bunker. Maybe just always trying to lock down that choke, but something that we should be keeping an eye out for is the ability for either team to completely bypass the choke by going around over the roofs on the left or all the way around the castle on the right to just see if they can get any pressure off the choke by backcapping. If point 1 can get captured, I would love to see some dive on point 2 because it does a very good job of taking over the entire area by controlling high ground and low ground. But as for point 1, we'll just have to see.
Alright, so we didn't see any swaps from either team, but we do have a couple of subs that are in the dugout, just waiting to get some play, so we may end up seeing some of that on the next map.
Ready for battle.
As said, the bunker coming out from the Deus Vult side. On the defense, pulling out the Orisa. And they're going to go with the Bastion.
Oh, as we thought. So Deus Vult's going to end up doing the defense first, and they're going to go with a little bit of a bunker. And not just a little bit, it is a lot of bunker.
But seeing the Phantom side of things, the Bastion will be able to put in a lot of work against anybody running Orion's Zarya comp. Although the DPS are able to play pretty mobile characters, see if they can get behind and tear the bunker apart.
Ooh, out comes the charge just to go straight through the dive. Oh, sorry, the bunker. It's not quite pan out for them, though. It does seem to force the bunker into a new position and out of what their group up was, but ultimately, both tanks going down, they're still trying to sit there and fight into it, too.
using
Oh,
respawns
actually.
to their advantage.
Yeah, they've actually brought that back.
Just tearing the team apart on the Pharah. And applying pressure to the spawn.
Ooh, and he gets that long-range boop off of Wolf.
That is a very quick capture from
That was very.
Quint. Not something I would have expected. They did a really good job of disorienting the bunker.
Oh yeah.
Even though the pin got off on the Bastion immediately and the Reinhardt went down.
The reaction on the reaction on the Baptiste though to reload, like instead of placing the immortality field like right where their bunker was when they started the charge, turning around and getting it on the Bastion to make sure that they were not going to end up having a dead Bastion from it. I mean, that was pretty good reaction time there from Wolf. They did, but didn't hold them all the way. Ooh, out comes friggin' the tank configuration. Just starts pushing them back.
Deus Vult seeming to do a good job of stopping him here, but the fight is still coming on. The counter pin.
Bastion's still alive. We have Tracer just trying to chase down that baby diva.
Res coming in on the Reinhardt.
And I feel a little silly now because I just realized exactly how it is that I go back into third person, or sorry, into free cam mode with these settings.
Shatter coming in only gets the diva.
It did happen to actually catch the Mercy, but oof.
The counter shatter really opened up that team fight, but Genji in the back line does manage to take out the Ashe and the Mercy before going down, so they might be able to use respawns to their advantage here. And it looks like that's what they're going to try to do.
Oh, out comes Coalescence, trying to give that Ryan some room in order to actually just push right in balls deep.
Rain also popped Valkyrie and explained that he's a DPS now by pulling out his pistol. And he gets the baby diva.
You gotta love those battle Mercies. Unfortunately, I didn't have that caught on the camera at the time, so. Ooh, out comes the blade with the grab.
Does a good job of just pushing the payload right up to the point. Although nobody's on cart. There, they get it.
There they go. Sometimes you don't need to actually be immediately on it at the entire time. You just gotta take your space, claim the actual fight, and then start getting some of the movement going.
Down comes the door and a pressure is still being applied. Taking that first choke, and the flank coming in from the Tracer through the back. And on the reverse side, Ajalus' Tracer forced the swap from Wolf over to the Brigitte. Looks like tank configuration, plus the tanks just walking forward, swinging, able to push the Phantoms back. Rez comes in, picks up the second support, and looks like they're ready for another push.
Ooh.
Do have a shatter on the defensive side. And there it is. Massive shatter coming in.
Ooh, and that nuke catches Sally off guard. And now it's just up for Deus Vult to do a quick cleanup here. And pushes them all back.
Bams accepts his death from Icarus, who immediately does a tactical crouch.
Nice
Blade coming
grab
in,
in
picking
order to
free the
actually...
Shatter.
Yeah. The Shatter came out to just assist that Blade as it came out and trap that ulting Bastion.
They will have spawns here to come back and go for another hold here, but it will be pushing it pretty close.
Not a whole lot of ults happening left on the other side here. We got... Oh, actually, we got the grab that just came up. For Chelsea, although she's getting really low. She's going to end up needing some assistance here.
Grabs them all to the point.
Ooh.
And nothing really able to follow up on that grab.
It's unfortunate. Oh, although Phantoms are seeming to clean up this one. They may actually end up being able to push this all the way. Yep.
Just a baby Diva left,
there we go.
and they're able to full cap.
Oh, and we get the cheeky little spray from Jolist.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Alright, well that was, I mean, they still end up having, you know, a minute left on the clock if this ends up going to 3 points, so...
Although getting the last capture does mean that if they can't get the full capture, it will just be a win instead of going to an extra round.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so we're about to see exactly what our defense is going to end up being. The Phantoms having to start running out towards point. It looks like we're actually not going to go with a bunker on this one.
Torb!
Oh, we are seeing some Torb, yes. Who doesn't like a good Torb? Oh, does he actually have the little skin? Oh, he's not. He's not rocking beach bod Torb right now. Sorry. What were you? Thick? Wait, was it Mr. Thick? Is that what we were calling him the other day?
We'll have to get Laura from the chat to.
Yeah, Laura,
confirm
you're
that
gonna have to give us
Her
ooh.
message got deleted.
Alright, you can just spark. Sorry, spark. You just. I almost said slack too. You just sit there and said, "Mr. Thickums."
Mr.
That's what it was.
Thickums. Thank you.
I want to know what actually Laura was saying that all of a sudden it blocked
All
it out.
caps. I guarantee it was all caps, Mr. Thickums.
Oh.
Alright, the dive coming in from Deus Vult, seeing what they can get done here.
We got a Sombra kind of harassing the back line. Torb's going to try and deal with that. Meanwhile, ooh, he's getting right in the face of that Winston.
The supports on Deus Vult side getting scary close to ult, but also if you look at Seb having 90% to a shatter here.
So it looks like Laura is completely confirming that yes, it was all in caps. It was indeed. Oh, comes. Oh no, just getting on top of the bridge, going after their support like hard. Out comes Primal Rage, disrupting their entire lineup. Hopefully, this is allowing time for their team to really start pushing in.
And I mean, the dive is able to put pressure to make them fall back to point. Even if they get a little spread out here, they might be able to take this point. But it looks like
they've lost
dropping.
two. They've lost three key people now. Both supports and both tanks actually.
Farah going for a back cap here. Very close, but doesn't get the tick.
Needs to retreat before things get too spicy and gets their spawn. Oh, and they do get the stagger spawn. Ooh. Oh, and we got Ari coming out for sneaky little res on the bridge. Manages to get that off.
bomb coming in, getting the most important member of the team, the turret.
Well, you know, and the shield. It took out Ryan's shield, although it's probably started charging up by now. But
Then coming a grab to stop Deus Vult from pushing forward.
ooh, followed up by
Gets dropped. So does the
Shatter
hammer.
immediately after the beat comes out.
The aggressive turret laying fire down, but immediately taken out by the Pharah.
Oh, Molten Cores denying that entrance.
Meteor strike. Meteor strike.
Doomfist able to cause chaos in the backline, but has to retreat. As their team starts pushing forward, Seb goes down on the Rhine.
Oh, we're getting dangerously close to a full hold here.
Looks like they're starting to...
Oh, they're
push
starting
their
to
way
overtake
through.
it. Yep. Deus Vult getting their picks.
Multiple ults
Ooh.
being used here, but they are holding on to a bomb and a barrage with the meteor strike and the beat coming up.
And with a nice solid final push, last moment they're able to actually get the cap. Ooh, Torb finding a sneaky little Doom.
My ultimate is charging.
Looks like they're going to put the bunker on the payload. Bam's getting pushed off in the back, but does get a couple of picks.
And it looks like Phantoms are definitely retaking control at that point.
This is a very strong spot for the defense to be holding, though, because there's only, like,
Two options,
these
really.
4 doors, you know, with this wall here to try to push through. So this choke is almost as dangerous as the choke on point 1. See if they're able to push through it. Three down on the side.
Ooh,
of
and
Deus
Barrage
Vult.
comes
Coming in
out.
Barrage.
Ooh, trying to be a little sneaky. It doesn't actually seem to land much besides Chelsea. But they do end up bringing Chelsea back. Main tank goes down. Alright,
With the spawn
60
advantage,
seconds
Deus
to
Vult
take
will
this.
have to be able to find a push here. No main tank on the side of the Phantoms until he's able to come back. It looks like they're going to apply the pressure while they have it.
Ooh, out comes the grab
Dynamite.
with the Molten Core. He's just gonna burn everyone alive under that payload.
30 seconds remaining.
That was 4 ults out from the side of the Phantoms. They're going to have the Shatter and the Beat for this next fight.
Out comes
they're
Shatter in the
pushing
charge
them
to
all the
try
way
and
to
get the...
spawn.
Ooh. They are trying to get aggressive. Keep them from that point at all costs is what Phantoms are thinking right now.
Killed before the Beat can land. That is
Oof.
pretty massive for that.
That's never a good sign, but we do end up getting them res back off to get the Lucio back into the fight. Actually, same thing. They both got the reses off. We got both Doomfist and the Lucio back.
Bob contesting point here. They're not allowed to leave the point. They have to win 2, maybe even 3 more fights to be able to keep this going.
I was going to say, this has got a long stretch that they still end up having to go, and here's the second choke that they're basically going to have to get through. It's going to be a really tough battle, especially with all these picks coming off for Phantoms at the moment. Oh, and we come out with a Battle Mercy. Sally taking out that Ashe.
2 games in a row with a banned play of the game.
You haven't seen anything yet.
Alright, so it does look like we will be moving onwards. Um, we have, presently, Phantoms are up 2-0 going into the second half. We will be switching ourselves over to, looks like, I am in the wrong freaking room. We'll be going to Anubis. Oh, now it's on screen. So she looks like she's actually having no problems getting the games swapped between rounds. I think the whole fact that we're actually playing and doing it will actually prevent us from having to constantly swap who the owner is with this bug. So for any of you guys that are actually encountering the custom game bug where you end up making a change and aren't able to make any more. Once you start a game, it seems to allow you to make another change and then needing to restart. So if you need to change maps, you should be able to after each one.
Deus Vult's going to have to find something here to be able to continue pushing and secure a win. They're going to have to take the Phantoms to a game 5.
Oh, definitely. I mean, they're basically on their final leg for this one. They don't win this one, they don't win the set, but they could try and grab some map differential points if they end up deciding to go to the 4th.
Absolutely.
Plus, you know, it's fun for all, you know. So I'm just trying to make sure that both teams here are actually set and good to go before we end up moving over. Let's see what we got going on in chat here. It looks like it's primarily some of our Northbourne team here, just showing their love. We have Ashis Radaf showing a bunch of hearts there.
Those aren't just any hearts, those are rainbow unicorn hearts.
Are they? Oh, there's a little unicorn in them.
As much talk as I've been giving to the DPS players on both sides, we do have to acknowledge that this has also been a battle of two mercies. Being able to find the reses on picks that are created from both sides, because that's how a lot of the fights have been opened up, is with strong picks coming in. So
most definitely, and during those last couple fights too, both of them bringing back key members. Being the Lucio, and that Doomfist was just creating chaos that just opened up doors for oh, we got it going. Here we go. Alright.
Any characters you're wanting to see play here?
You know what? I'm kind of expecting to see at least a Widow.
I would
this
love
is like
to see a Symmetra. I just don't see
Widow
it.
Paradise. Yeah, no, a Symmetra could be fun. But are you thinking more so on attack, or are you thinking more so on defense for the Symmetra that you'd like to see?
I just want to see a Sim.
Oh, yeah. I don't care where it is. Just make it happen.
It can be TP shenanigans or car wash.
All right. So
Is
for
Rain actually gonna give me the sim here?
any of you stream snipers that are actually watching the stream while playing, give us a sim.
It looks like Rain might. Either that or he's just teasing me. And
He might be. He might be.
seeing as he's been on support every game, and Sim is no longer in the support category, I'm not going to expect it, but I would love to see some TP shenanigans. Rain, that's not Sim.
And they're swapping it up. They're going to a true comp, actually. So while we're not seeing the Widow, we are seeing some Ashe. Pretty close. Pretty close.
I want to see some halt hooks coming in. We have the turret siblings holding down the bunker. The halt comes in, blocks the hook with the Reinhardt. Although the barrier
we got
is
the
down from Seb.
Phantom's team is a little split up right now, though. Zan keeping a pretty good distance. He just came back for his team.
Torbjorn Turret has actually been doing a very good job of shutting down the Pharah, which is now switched to a Junkrat.
Oh, chat, Laura. Nah, it's not necessarily. It's just a aggressive choice, is what we'll call it.
You may call it desperation, but I see it working out for them so far, so
yeah.
Whatever it seems to be is working out.
You want to play competitively, you do what you need to do to get the W.
Coalescence takes out the Torb 4 takes out... Oh geez, there's so many kills, I can't keep up with all of these.
It's okay, you focus on the main ones. I'm a little curious as to why Seb was so far in the back line, though, by himself.
He was doing a good bumper impression, putting himself off into Narnia.
Oh. Play like Platt, you'll get bumper results.
And comes the Bob.
Oh!
Plus the spam of the Junkrat up top.
The Junkrat bops the wolf up. Oh, I'm hoping that's not a message that appears on stream. Yep. Sorry for that blocking out. Just having a few NAT audio issues with the our second caster. Oh, he's back. Perfect.
On the stream, but
yeah, I know.
I did have to leave and rejoin due to a NAT type issue with the PlayStation Party.
Which randomly kicks in. I don't get it. It's like it's not like your NAT was probably changing or it by any means. Mine definitely doesn't, at least. Every time I check it, I'm always type 2. Ooh, and we got Rain starting the engagement, not healing, firing directly into through the choke into the team.
Team kill. It looks like they might just get the cap here. I don't see anybody coming back in time to stop it.
Rain didn't really need to, though. Heal. We had coalescence in a tight space. Yeah. It's a pretty fast cap. Oops.
Initiating match.
Our Nightbot is evil, not letting people have fun in our chat.
Why? What's Nightbot blocking now? Oh, Hypercam 2.
Not allowed to spam emotes, not allowed to use all caps, otherwise our Nightbot will get aggressive towards you and delete your messages, so just a heads up to all those looking to have fun in the chat. Nerf Nightbot. I like that. Honestly, I said it last time we played against them, and I'll say it again. They need to nerf a Jawlist. He doesn't miss, and having BAMs to pull up the second front it's just terrifying to watch.
Definitely. There was a couple of boops up when Jawlist was on the upper right-hand side above the point. Not like he bounces the Torb up right into more of his grenades. There's nothing that Torb can do.
Looks like they're doing the pharmacy bunker like they did on Busan, while Deus Vult's coming in with the Rhyme Zarya. Barrier goes down very quickly with all the spam coming in.
I was gonna say, there's tons of spam going in right now. We got End Dragon, ooh, taken down while trying to take out that Pharah. Uncertain about the choice of trying to grasp the Pharah while it's got a Mercy pocketing it, but I don't think it'll damage as quick as a Mercy would heal. Bam's just spamming through that choke, just deny him any entrance. Ooh, I foresee that we're coming in for a barrage. There we go, here it comes. And he picks two,
The gates were starting to open, but were immediately closed by the Phantoms, and it looks like they're going to
point blank rocket.
stagger out Xan. As Roadhog says, we are all animals.
And we got Tyre now on board.
Your character got picked. Icarus switches to the Widow.
Oop. Sally goes for the res, but it doesn't actually pop off. Did she move away too quick? I had kind of curious on that one.
Icarus having a hard time sniping out against Rain on the Ana. Goes for the jump shot. Wins the Widow 1v1 against the Ana.
Ooh, we did end up seeing Icarus come out on a Widow. Ooh, Tyre and Junkrat taken out by BAMs. Point blank. BAMs really liking to get into their faces. Screw this long spam battle. I'm just gonna see you and I'm just gonna get in your face what he's saying. And he takes Icarus out too.
We're gonna need to see something come out from Deus Vult in these next two fights.
Ooh, both hit scans down. That is a fantastic barrage.
Is that 3 maps in a row that BAMS is gonna get to play the game?
Probably, and he's sitting there rocking out enemy territory. Well, actually, I guess it's his territory now.
Some poke coming in from both teams here, but a lot of it able to get negated. Shatter stopping the whole hog.
Out comes the...
BAMS goes down.
Oof. And this is Jawlist's, ooh, yeah, Tyre, I was just gonna say. We have the back cat from Xana. The back cat attempt from Xanadite doesn't end up going his way. They got back.
And it looks like map 3 and the match goes to the Phantoms.
So we're gonna end up double checking, make sure that we're actually going to a round 4. I mean, the set does actually go to Phantoms, who I believe is actually undefeated if I'm actually looking at the win-loss record. Let me actually double check this. Yeah, they're 4-0. This is making it 5-0 for Phantoms. Oh, Sebastian's the one that got play. It wasn't the the barrage. I'm glad we actually did get that point of view though on stream. That was a pretty solid. So we got both of those now visible. See, it was to spread out screen time for players. We are going to fourth game.
Getting the cheers from Tay, round 4. Also the Nerf Bams.
Alright, and we're going to Route 66. Already, do we have an entire set of Bostons and an entire set of Crusaders? Which is a little backwards, because usually that Crusader icon you'd expect to be on Deus Vult, since their entire their entire theme on Deus Vult seems to be around the Crusader. Just ask Sai. More messages deleted by Laura. Yeah, I was just gonna say, Nightbot just does not want you to chat there, Laura. It's had enough of your shit.
Alright, with the Route 66 coming in, I would love to see Bams on the Symmetra.
Now it's just like, alright, for you guys listening, let's get a sim. I'm actually expecting, just because the Phantoms have won the series, they may try to do something a little bizarre.
I would love to see 6 supports.
I'm not seeing any. I'm trying to see if there's actually any swaps that are coming in either. Are we doing any swaps here?
So, I feel like I'm going to get disappointed seeing Bam's probably not going to pick Symmetra in all of his competitive seasons. It is his second least played hero. Nightbot still continuing to tear apart the chat.
Is it still Laura? No, it's Puffy this time. Still with the Northborn. I think the Nightbot's got something against us. May not just be Laura. It's just got a grudge against the Northborn team. Yeah, I don't know if there's actual rules or something that I can adjust on the Nightbot, but we can take a look into it and see if it can actually be. There's just sometimes certain things that can actually get a little irritating, but we'll see if we can lighten it up, or if there's anything that can be done. It's deleting my Nightbot propaganda. Oh man. Sharpshooter POTG. Alright, what are we expecting to see here? So we're actually doing... Alright. And I think we're going to be seeing the, the Phantoms start on the attack yet again? I think it's just because of the positioning of Team 1 versus Team 2. They always end up doing the same, you know, one's attacking first each time. Wonder if there's something we can actually end up doing to swap that up a little bit without it messing up the lobby.
And welcome everybody to the beautiful Panorama Diner here on Route 66. It seems there has been a slight bit of wreckage put out front of the diner, but as long as you stay a little bit away from the fires, I think it's safe to eat here.
Safe? Do you not see all these explosives they have inside the diner?
Safe to eat here, just avoid the fires, and you can have yourself some steak and eggs. A fun day fudge sundae. There's bacon and bacon. I
recommend the bacon. Alright, we're going with a Genji Hanzo on the attack and a Widow Genji. So we're gonna have Genjis all over the place. End Dragon taking out Genji almost immediately. Now we want. That's what we want.
Picks coming out from both sides. They're gonna try to stall the card at this corner.
Oh, we're getting widows on both sides. We got Bams actually on a widow as well. They just abandoned the Genji idea on the attackers. Did not pan out for them.
Dragon coming in, splitting up the team. Will they be able to take advantage of it?
We got a little widow battle going on. End Dragon all by himself. Probably should be trying to find a way out at the moment. He does manage to find an escape.
Get the cart past the corner.
Cart getting pretty close to the end right there.
Charge comes in.
Ooh, and End Dragon bests Bams.
Able to stop them at the door with
Less than
0.48 meters.
Half a meter away, less than half a meter away, and they stop it.
And now it looks like a payload map, except going a little bit backwards.
Genji on that tracer. Blade and a grab. Doesn't seem to land much.
I got a little quiet there. I looked in the top left and saw my ping was sitting at about 500. Didn't want to scare anybody with my metallic robot voice that happens when that decides to go on.
End Dragon, ooh, getting picked off from Bams from far in the back. Yellist going in for a flank. It's firing at over max range. Or probably at max range. Decided to take the different flank route. We now actually have a McCree from Icarus in order to try and take care of the pesky little tracer, but seems to be moving away from it. Oh, he's hunting it down now. He heard it. He heard it. He doesn't know. Ooh, outside of max range for that flashbang. Oh, there's always been explosives inside there, Tom. That was the headquarters for when the trains got blowed up.
And they cap through streets.
By the dragon.
Very aggressive shatter coming in, but does get blocked by Sebastian.
Ooh. Bam's trying to go in through the back. Walls comes out and he ends up defending himself pretty heartily. Oh, blocking that left entrance with his Dragon Strike.
I love the way that the Phantoms are playing here, pushing the team and trying to stuff them into the spawn and keeping the payload moving forward with just the supports. Hammer down coming in and securing the kill on the Moira. And Dragon with some fantastic stall.
Yeah, he's keeping this alive. Oh, and just as we open our mouths, that hammer comes out. I mean, it was already out, but...
Only the Orisa on cart, nobody able to touch,
Oh,
and they
no.
get the cap.
Score 0-3. Switching sides.
They have 2 minutes, 27 seconds remaining, which is a nice healthy pool. Not too big, not too small. Just the right size. I would say it's a Goldilocks amount of time to be left.
Yeah, it does definitely end up giving you that cushion room if Deus Vult is able to actually get all the way through. You gotta make sure you have that headroom in order to make your second attempt to count.
Back on the menu, we have mashed taters over salt, liver and onions, peas and thank you, taco tornado, grilled cheese please, a roadkill burger, my absolute favorite.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Bryce, stop this. Alright, so it looks like Phantoms are going to end up choosing to go with the holding on the gas station. Probably one of the strongest places for the defense to hold, but it does give the offense a good chunk of the street pretty easily. Like, there's a lot of free space for this first point, but if it means that you don't sacrifice your strongest hold point, that's a pretty solid choice. Zero out of 10. Can we nerf Bryce? In fact, I was thinking let's give him a buff.
Bams is on Symmetra.
They gotta. Oh no! Are they turret bombing?
Regardless of what anybody says, Bams now gets MVP because of that pick.
And we got two laser pointers that are coming towards Deus Vult right now. End Dragon looking to grab that. Ooh, you may want to pull away from that. Oh, End Dragon with the clip on Bams as he comes through the teleporter.
Bams having the
Time of his
Trump's
life.
America wall coming through. And here it is. Completely splitting the cart in half. Sebastian able to take advantage of the fact that he has a shield without having his shield. As they just clean up the point.
Sic transit gloria.
Icarus still being aggressive on the Hanzo. Bam's coming in with a teleporter to help defend.
System malfunction.
Hi, is it
And the turret's holding
Scro?
up the corner.
Scrow? Hamster.
Scrub.
Scrub. Yeah, there you go.
Dragon's coming in on the point with nobody there.
Ooh.
And the thing's
Scrub
starting to
gets
come out.
bams. Yep, they're starting to get some room made here. Wolf on the... Oh, he stopped that res. Oh, it does not stop the res. There's just so much going on to keep up with.
They've done a very good job of slowing this fight down.
Yes.
If they can get the pick on Hyjalis here, then that is a massive stagger. And Hyjalis
Actually,
gets
they got their Rhine, and
the wall
the
coming down.
rest of the team start coming back, actually. And out comes Visor, just demolishing their tanks.
And Dragon applying pressure on the Rhine as the Doomfist, but gets lasered down by Bams while discorded. Scruff switch to the
It's-
Monkey coming in applying pressure.
Ooh, and he gets the Nano, so we got Nano Monkey.
It's very tranquil all
Antied,
around the map
antied.
for both teams.
Oh, I think they can do
Goes
this.
for
I
the
think they
charge,
can do
but doesn't
this.
get the pin.
Oh, no, and Dragon ends up getting taken out by that Visor. Icarus
And then Hyjalis gets
cleans
taken
up.
out.
See through the Dragon's eyes. My ultimate is ready. Payload incorrect.
Oof.
See that which is unseen. Hello there. Hello. Hello there.
The wall coming down, stopping the payload from being ridden completely.
The behind the team Dragon Strike does give them great opening. Icarus definitely opening up some doors. He's going to start taking out the turrets on the bridge so they don't get car washed. Except for he misses one. Ooh, that almost took him out.
I am permanently
And Dragon getting a little bit more movement on the payload for free.
re-engaging.
And Seb comes in, hammer swinging to get him off.
Thanks.
Bams is off of the Symmetra and onto another hero that he is not known for playing, the Mei.
Helden sterben nicht.
Scro just chasing after Hyalist. Oh, and Bam's coming out with a Mei now. We got a grab ready. Coming to the final moment. Oh! Rain going down from Icarus. That's gonna be a... Ooh, both healers are now down for Phantoms. This is actually a pretty good situation for Phantoms, except for that grab. Ooh, Sebastian not landing that punch.
Dragons coming in to help push the cart.
And Phantoms take it.
Just more proof that we need to get in contact with Jeff Kaplan to nerf BAMs as he gets to play the game on the Symmetra.
How many is that now? Is that all 4?
That's 3.
Oh no, that's 3 because it was Ryan the one time.
Seth got one.
That's right. I mean, the Phantoms right now, they are the only undefeated, I believe, team in our low-tier league at the moment. They actually, they're exceptionally strong. It's, yeah, they continue to hold that record, and looks like we got, we only actually have 1 game more against them, I think, right? Before we can try and take that title away. No, they'll maintain it. They have the most wins so far out of the 9. They're over 50% of the total games that they'll be playing.
Well, congratulations to the Phantoms for continuing your quest on going undefeated. You've done a fantastic job on this, and Deus Vult put up quite a good fight, but unable to complete it with BAMs not being
BAMs?
fair.
Alright. Well, thank you guys for... there is not an Apollyon League for PC. This is actually a PS4 league at the moment. We don't actually have any plans of going for PC either. That they're not temps, but there's plenty of, I think, leagues for PC. It was great to start one that's for PS4 or console.
Alright guys, and as everybody does not know, we're going to try to see if we can get enough donations for a Game 5. If we can collect $100 right now, I will try to convince everybody in this game to go to a Game 5. I really doubt it's going to happen. You have 10 seconds to do it, and that countdown starts 10 seconds ago, and we are out of time. I'm sorry, the Game 5 will not be coming through. Thank you for joining us today on the stream, and we hope to see you again next time.
Game 5 only comes through if it's a tie. It's more than 10 seconds. Just so you know. Anyways, thanks everyone. We're going to be ending the stream now, and if you guys missed part of it, feel free. It should be uploaded as the video clips, and you guys can rewatch whatever you've missed. Awesome. Thank you guys.